Hey, Truth Be Told fans, this is Captain Ron and Tony Sweet, and with us, of course, is the great Jimmy Church. You know him from Fade to Black and Coast to Coast, of course. And from last year when we were doing the interviews, this is the guy that kept coming up and crashing our interviews, if you remember. We were set up outside real nice, and every time we got a good guest and the guest would start talking, this guy would show up right behind him.
One of my fondest memories.
Now, last time I think he just immediately reached over and took the mic, and I believe you pretty much took over the show at that point.
You guys are great, Tony, Captain Ron. Hello, everybody out there. Truth be told,
Here you go. Take it away.
No. I feel weird when I steal the mic because usually you don't get it back. And I feel weird about that. But what an amazing event, and for you guys. Now, this is what I'm going to let everybody know. Truth be told, Ron was here. I got here at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, and at 6:35 a.m. Ron is here, and Thursday night at 12 midnight, Ron is still setting up, and so am I. We're both working, and I said, "Where's Tony?" Tony, the limo didn't arrive at his house. He was supposed to be here. He told me to handle things. So for 48 straight hours, Captain Ron is working, scheduling interviews, setting up, making sure everything is happening. And then, so midway through the day today, I see Ron, and I said, "Where's Tony?" "He's in the spa." And I said, "He's in the spa?" "Yeah, I'm setting up. As soon as he's ready, when he's done with breakfast, he'll let us know and come down." And then about a half hour later, Tony shows up, and you look great.
Don't I? Don't I look great? And listen, it's destined. Yeah, it's destined. I'm getting ready for the glory of being a star like Mr. Jimmy here.
And as my voice carries, right, there's a presentation going on in here, and they just came out and they said church. You know what? There's nothing I can do about it. It's the way it goes. So anyway, great conference so far.
This is my favorite week of the year. I love Contact every week. All the people, it's so fun to have one guy right here, and then you turn around, there's like another guy, Brian Forrester's there, and then, everybody's here. It's very unique to have that many big guys like that.
Look. And how's the conference going for you, Tony?
For me, well, if I was going to say if there was a foot massage, it would even be better. But overall, it's an honor to meet people like yourself and all these other great people we've interviewed but never got to meet in person. So that's what makes it amazing for us.
So one of the things for me, it's a privilege, to do what I do. There's no question about that. It's an honor. It's a privilege. But yesterday and today, two things happened that were incredible. The facilities here are huge, right? And so these rooms are just ginormous. The room next to us here, it's 1,000 seats, and it's one of many, right? And so we have the Crystal Amphitheater across the way. Check this out. Seats 2,000 people. And I could we'll do this after this interview. I'm going to show these guys this video that I just shot literally 15 minutes ago. So I just hosted, it's George Norrie's birthday today. So I hosted George's birthday party, and it was really cool to be able to do that and sing happy birthday and do all that stuff. But that ended at 2:30. At 2:40, George is doing his panel. So we cross the hall, walk in, and I introduced George. And in this video, it's me walking, losing George. I walk into the amphitheater. There's 2,000 people, everybody yelling and screaming, having fun. I walk up on the stage, and there's Eric Von Daniken. We say hi, Sue Kalos, all the way down the line. Everybody's there. And ending, Brian Forrester.
Speaking the giants of
right,
this
and
industry.
Robert Schock, right? And I turn around and I say hello to the audience, get everybody pumped up. We play the music, and this is a 5-minute video of me walking in with 2,000 people in the room, one of many rooms here with that many people in it, and I turn around and do my thing and get everybody yelling and screaming. He showed up, and he comes out, and we, happy birthday, George. And I walk out of there, and I go and run into you guys, which this was planned and scheduled. What I'm saying is it's that kind of event, and if you ever get a chance if you're going to do one event all year, this is the one. It's absolutely incredible.
And this guy, poor Jimmy, now is so busy. You were busy from the very first time we saw you here, but now it's just ridiculous because everybody's pulling at him. For real, every time I say hi to you, we start talking. People come up, they want a picture, they want an autograph, they want to meet you, of course. Plus, all these speakers want to see you, and they know, and you know them. So you're getting pulled in 1,000 directions. The poor guy's voice, the voice of God, his voice is so great. Even that's going to be sore by tomorrow, because all day, like you said, you talked to Nori here, then you went to introduce him. Now you got to come down here, deal with our nonsense, take over our show. Then you're going to go back over there, and it just doesn't stop. And you've really exploded. I mean, you've really become a big part of this whole community. Obviously, I mean, the whole Fade to Black thing is bigger. If you walk around here, what's the #1 T-shirt you guys see? Truth Be Told. But other than the Truth Be Told T-shirt, you do see the Fade to Black T-shirts. Did you see that guy giving away the? They were trading them.
I'll hook you up with one. Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
No, it's fantastic. You deserve it. It's great, and it's nice to see Fade to Black getting so successful, more than it's ever been. It seems to be growing. Everybody here's wearing those T-shirts. Seriously.
No, let me jump in. What you guys are doing, first off, you guys have the great show, you have the great hosts, you have the great guests, you have the great studio, the great facility, the great support. You guys are able to do video and audio, and the things that you are doing and how you do it, it's incredible. I watch your productions. My stuff is amateur. No. You guys have it together, and you're doing the same growth.
We're trying, buddy.
The reason why the growth is there, if you have a message, people are going to resonate with you. It's not necessarily having a slick voice or having the right guest.
Doesn't hurt.
No. And my point is, if you don't ask the right questions, if the audience doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't matter if you have a good microphone and good production or not. The audience resonates with your interaction and how you support the community. They immediately engage with that, and those are the things that take off. That's why when you think about how many thousands of shows right now that are dealing with this, and why? Because there's a community out there that wants to hear the message. But the ones that rise to the top and succeed, those are rare, and when you resonate, you succeed. And truth be told, it's been that from the beginning.
Hand to God,
really good.
I really appreciate that, Jimmy. And hand to God, I was just telling these guys right before I went over to get you, some guy took me aside because he saw my shirt. I was just telling these guys that, and he said, you know what, I stumbled across you guys accidentally because I liked one of your guys, but you guys asked such good questions that now I listen to all of them. Now they get the app, and they're starting to, so it's building for us too, personally, which is great, and that made me feel good. It's nice to hear that from you. And don't you think in general, though, that this whole community is building, right? Mm-hmm. There's more interest in this, the paranormal, the UFO, all the stuff we cover seems to be growing. I mean, I feel that building, not just for our little show.
Look at this.
You get 3,800 people running around here.
There's more than that. That's the fire marshal number.
Okay, right, yeah.
Why do you believe that this genre, paranormal UFO, from day one continually, maybe not explodes, but continually grows?
Right. I think that everybody has said to themselves, things are not what they seem. Right? You have to question everything. There's never been a general trust of everything. This goes back early religion days, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, chaos in Egypt, and and trying to figure things out. Well, as you move along, you can suppress that information from the masses, and continue to do that, and that went on for until 50 years ago. Once cable television came in, and that started to change things, and then we started real electronic media, and then 20 years ago with the internet, it's not that kind of party anymore. Right. You can't suppress the information. One of the amazing things, here we are, look at that video camera, right? And we're sitting here, right? In a nanosecond, that can be uploaded on the net, out of anybody's control. It's never been like that before. And now we can take it a step further. We can live stream. Right. Frigging Periscope. That might get shut down, but when it does, it's too late. Yep. Right? So now this information is out there. Now everybody that has wanted these questions answered can go and get it. This community is accessible to anybody. To say that it's worldwide and we can talk to somebody in Russia, we all get that. That's real easy. It's what the information is, right? And we have telephones. We can talk instantly around the world now, okay? But it's a whole other thing when you access volumes of information. Exactly. It's crazy.
Let me say something here, Jimmy, because you know what? Like, you bring up a good point. You know what we saw this year? I watched you when you were up at Mount Adams, and you were like showing right there, and that was in real time. You were there. There's the mountain. There's the snow. Boy, that sure looks like a bunker door to me.
You see what that is?
Doesn't it? Have you seen that door?
Head of Sony Pictures is coming tonight. Wants to have a sit down.
Yeah.
You like that?
See?
You like that? It's like that at Contact in the Desert.
I mean, right. That wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. They didn't have Contact 10 years ago. See, that's amazing.
But it also goes to show you how major motion picture, like Sony and the Orchard, right? The biggest. They are behind this conspiracy, paranormal, UFO question. And it's not so much about the money side of it. They're not going to do anything unless there's money involved.
Of course.
Right? But the heads of these divisions are into the subject. So they're going to push it through, where before these doors were closed. Now they try to figure out a way to make it profitable because they believe in it, they believe in us, so they're going to work it where normally it was a no. It's a wonderful time to be in this community, man. It's
The girls
great.
up front just told me that there's a Chinese station here that does a worldwide Chinese thing, and they're covering Contact.
Yeah, they're here right now. That's
Isn't that
MJ13.
incredible?
No, that's Chuck Fay. Chuck has been on my show. If I hate to say this, he says he's the Jimmy Church of China. He's the Art Bell of China. Okay, he is no joke. He's very intelligent, and he's and awakened. And he's been on my show many times. I would love to get him on Coast. But anyway, so he's here with his full crew. They're shooting a documentary. They're interviewing, and I met him at Contact here like 3 years ago, and I wear his gear. He sent me. This is what's so amazing about what you just brought up. Last month, you may have seen this. Tony follows me on Facebook, and we talk. You don't. So Tony probably saw this. Chuck on the Great Wall, wearing a fade to black shirt.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And that's Chuck.
That is awesome.
That's something where you kind of sit back and you go, well, you know what? I'm good. I'm good.
Oh yeah, that is great. That is really great.
Left anymore. But that is part of the way this community is growing, and his show. It's called MJ13, by the way. It's really cool. He's got a huge crew, and he's got film and video and the YouTube and social media, and not only social media, but it's Twitter, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's YouTube, and a fully recognized, upright, functioning, multimedia, social, internet, web frame of mind of keeping your foot on the gas and getting it out there. From China.
I say worldwide. Think about
China.
that.
Well, China suppresses all of this, you know.
Of all countries to have that coverage, that's amazing.
Right.
That shows you this is really growing.
It's really growing, and it's amazing. And so, when we come here, how are you? When you come here and you see thousands of people that, and I say this every year, but this is the most extraordinary year yet. But there's a vibe that you get when you walk around and you have 5,000 brains that are connected and cool.
Isn't it fun that you don't even have to be at a panel or get in an interview? We were just standing around in between waiting for people. It's fun. Guy comes out of here, you start talking to him because you can. And then sure enough, they're interested. Hey, did you see this? Oh no, I didn't see that. Oh, it's fascinating to just bump into somebody.
Right.
It's really a great opportunity.
Right.
I mean, that's part of this whole thing too.
Right.
It's just being in this family.
Right. And with you guys, I've always wanted to know, because we have other mutual friends between us. How did you two meet? Since I'm doing this interview, okay. How did you two meet?
Tony, I had a network. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Tony owns network, as you know.
In broadcasting, in journalism school broadcasting, right? You're supposed to wait until the mic leaves before you stop talking. Right. So I'm going to try this again. How did you guys meet?
We met because I had a show on Tony's network. He owns the network.
How did you guys meet?
So I had a show. I own a network called Universal Broadcasting Network, and he had a show on my network. It was a cannabis show. And then I had Truth Be Told before I met Captain Ron, but I had a former co-host who left, and then before he left, he had been kind of a news guy. He was our news guy, and so we vibed, and he became our co-host because we just worked so well together. And he's so knowledgeable.
On into this, right? I mean, now it's really exploded. We got the logo. We're really trying, Jimmy.
Well, now you guys have grown too. So you've got the new digs. It's across the street from Paramount.
Well, we're at Sunset Gower Studios. It used to be, I think, Paramount back in the early 1900s, but like Shonda Rhimes, Golden Girls, all the stuff was filmed on this location. It's a 103-year-old studio.
Yeah, I Love Lucy.
Yep, Lucy, yeah. So this is where we're located. So
Does it creep you out that I stalk you and know these kind of things?
No, it kind of turns me on, actually.
I mean, that for later, guys. Come on, please.
But it's a legendary lot. There's a vibe. It's fully haunted, by the way. You know that, right? So how many studios do you have there?
Well, we have 3 studios, over 60 shows. We just started a UBN Latino, UBN Latina, and it's exploding right now, so it's doing very well.
So they have their own receptionist, and when I call the office line and they say, okay, who's calling, and I got to get through to Tony, it's impossible. So so it didn't work. So I hold on, can I throw, this is how you throw somebody under the bus. So then this is on Facebook. Tony, I can't get through to you. Give me your cell phone number. No. I was like, dude, don't give it out. I'll give you mine, man. I'll give you mine first. We got to trade that. So I literally, am I making this up? I sent him my cell phone first and said, now, where you at? I squeezed it out of him, man.
I thought he's going to count.
It was crazy. Trying to get through it, I'm like, he's got the big studios. He's got the veil now that I got to pierce. Successful, UBN, all a true story.
Jimmy who?
You guys are the best. You guys are the best.
Thanks for coming by.
No,
Really
thank you.
It. Seriously, it's really a pleasure to have Jimmy. Always having kind words for us. Can't thank you enough. For Tony Sweet, the great Jimmy Church, I'm Captain Ron on Truth Be Told.
No, let's not
hold it.
Yeah, Tony and I are going to go get a cucumber facial.
Right. I'll go set up for your show. I'll set up for your show. I'll book the interviews. I'll take care of everything, guys. You guys enjoy it. Bye, everybody.
Man. Tony, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.